Look, I'm done. I mean, you have like top level banking officials, top level government officials, top level big tech and big pharma and big medical officials talking about biometric devices that's going to hook up to these things, cell phones and computers and bank accounts and medical information, credit information, public records, criminal records, what you mail at the post office. Is that what we've become? Do we need that? Or are we just handing over our freedom and handing over our lives to fuck you rich people? That's all it is. That's unnecessary. Everything I just said is completely unnecessary. And you know what? If I didn't have to be on the internet for work, like what I'm doing now, which is all that's left of my work, I wouldn't be on the internet except to order autographs. That's all it's good for. And ordering cheap cologne. Well, good cologne for inexpensive prices. Thanks to Kevin Samuels. He recommended some good colognes to me, but that's besides the point. When I set out at 16 years old, ultimately to be a movie star, this was never what I had in mind. I didn't even know that this was going to be a thing. I didn't know that Hollywood, the all encompassing, not just the borough in LA, but the all encompassing Hollywood, and you know exactly what I mean, so don't be a cunt, was going to go on this thing, the cell phone and the internet. Why? That's unnecessary. You killed an entire industry. Don't get me wrong, Leonardo DiCaprio is a talented motherfucker, and so is Zac Efron, and so is Christian Bale. You know, these are beyond talented people that can do things with their mind, bodies, and souls in front of a camera that most people would die from. And they're keeping it alive. People like Will Smith are keeping it alive. You know? But a handful of people making good movies, making good TV, literally a handful that you can count on one hand. You know, where'd the cool go? Hollywood was like cool growing up in the 80s and 90s. It was a cool thing to like be in Hollywood, to be into entertainment and music and like good television and good books. Now you have all this bullshit, nonfiction, weird nonsense. And like cookie cutter TV and, you know, made for Netflix movies and rubbish, you know, music with, you know, 50, 60, 70 electronic levels to it, you know, instead of just a good band and a vocalist. What happened? What happened? You know, 9/11 happened, and, you know, because of the war, we had all this new technology, and this is what we used it for? I mean, I don't know. I have nothing else to do besides keep plugging along any way I can for my dream of being a character actor on a top level. I don't have the money to do that. I don't have the energy to do that, but I have the time, and that's all I have is time. And if it kills me, it kills me. But as far as like the internet and the cell phone and all the bizarre shit that the young kids are brainwashed by, these kids honestly think because they have their cell phones on all the time and their faces are buried in their cell phones and they're talking shit on Facebook and they're running their mouths on Twitter. I mean, I'm guilty of it too, but I keep it in perspective. They actually believe that they're doing something with their lives when they do that. Like they actually believe that that's like a job or that's like a career or that's like beneficial for the long term. And maybe for a select few it is, but everyone under the age of 28, no, no, my God. Monsters, monsters. Ah, man. I can't even begin to tell you how productive I was between the age of like 16 and 25. I didn't have any money then either, but I had more energy. I had the same amount of time. I wasn't married, had no kids, had no debt, basically had no bills besides my four walls and food. I don't know, man. I'm done. I'm too tired. I'm just too fucking tired, you know? I'm sick of trying to keep up with the internet. I'm sick of trying to keep up with bizarre shit on the radio, TV, internet, you know, what passes for movies these days, what passes for literature these days. I'm done. I'm done.